last one is that the inventing stage of learning. Adaptation. In the last stage of learning, the student recognizes the need to apply learned skills in situations outside the school. Here is some vignettes and it illustrates on how the stages of learning take place in the case of students with learning disabilities. Marie is a fourth grader with mild mental retardation. Expectedly, she moves through the stages of learning fairly slowly when compared to typical fourth grades. She frequently needs to have materials taught in a variety of ways and to have concepts retaught several times. She benefits from extensive feedback during the acquisition substage. Achieving proficiency is also difficult as Marie needs a lot of repetition and practice activities. She tends to rely exclusively on rehearsal as a memory strategy. Conscious attention to maintenance activities is necessary. In mathematics, Marie has achieved fluency with her multiplication facts after long periods of monitored practice. Now, her goal is to use the multiplication table to solve problems and do calculations. He or she introduces changes or modifications in the skills and applies them to meet the new situation without help or prompts. Although the basic skills have been learned earlier, the student is able to think how they can be used to achieve a current objective in a new situation with or without assistance or coaching and prompts. So in this stage, the last stage which is inventing, the child learns to maintain his or her skills in the end, from the beginning and to the end. So, a student, he or she doesn't need to be coached by a teacher or his mother or by her parents, but he learn or she learn by herself or by himself without any hesitation. She learned from it with his own knowledge and with his own capabilities of learning. With the situation of Marie, expectedly she has a mental retardation, so she feels and she learn with difficulties because she is having a mental retardation. So with the help of the stages of learning, she will be able to continue to grow. She will provide her own needs and in terms of learning by her own. She will do some strategies just like using multiplication tables, just like that. She will experience to have many more rehearsals because as a child with a learning disabilities, it is hard for them to cope up because they are very sensitive by their knowledge or their skills, but with the help of their own, they can grow and they can learn to improve by their own help of themselves. Another significant concept to understand in teaching children with learning disabilities is the level of the learner's intellectual functioning or mental ability. Here are some concepts on mental ability. Concept 1. Standardized test of mental ability measure intellectual functioning. Standardized tests of mental ability have been proven to be the best single predictor of school achievement. A standardized mental ability test or IQ test consists of questions and problem-solving tasks assumed to require certain amounts of intelligence to answer or solve correctly. When administered by a qualified and competent school psychologist, guidance counselor, or psychometrician, mental ability test results provide useful information about a student's intelligence or IQ and his or her potential to gain mastery of the skills and basic learning competencies and curriculum. Intelligence tests can be culturally based. They tend to favor children from the population on which the norms were derived. So that we are very lucky that we are not having that kind of disorder, the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. We are not experiencing hardship and learning, especially when we are in the school, in our school. So we are blessed that we are not having it. That's all of my part, and thank you for listening. And I will now give the floor to the next reporter. Thank you so much. God bless you.